Welcome back, everybody, to Passive and Aggressive. This is a podcast about gaming, sports, fighting, everything in between.
Ghost stories.
Some ghost stories. We'll
House
see.
stories.
There's a lot of bullshit in between. We're going to waste a lot of your time right now. I am Dalton Johnston. I am your main and most important co-host. I'm sitting here with Nick Marchwinski. Nick.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Great.
Got a new house. PMP certification going.
Nice.
Got some good shit going for me, man.
Lots of life goals being checked off. Kind of jealous a little bit, but we're not going to worry about it. Neither here nor there. We're talking about some gaming shit as well. What do we talk about? Star Wars, Jedi Fallen Order, some new details on that. The next generation of consoles. The middle generation of consoles, as Xbox apparently doesn't want to make a new
like the
Xbox.
EA approach of making consoles.
Exactly. I'm going to just
monetize
shove
it as
out
much
shit
as
and
possible.
make you buy it.
I respect it.
Of course you do.
We pretty much just gave you guys a little rundown of what we've been up to since our last podcast because we took a little break, justified break because, of the move and shit.
Yeah.
Then we also talked about, like Don said, all the gaming bullshit. A little bit about MMA, not too much, just because this was a light week for MMA. Talked about TJ Dillashaw and how he's a scumbag. UFC 236, the results and what's next for Max Holloway, Dustin Poirier, and who else? Somebody else. Oh, Israel and Calvin. Yeah, amazing fights.
For sure. Definitely a really exciting card, and I'm glad we got to watch it. But then we also talked about some NBA playoffs, which is also incredibly exciting. I gave a little rundown.
Yeah, Don wouldn't let me spoil his birthday present.
It would have been great. I can't believe you didn't. Oh, my God. I didn't think about it.
You'll hear it later in the episode, but his birthday present was Pistons tickets for Game 3, the first home game for Detroit. And we went. It was fucking crazy. It was
Spoilers. We got our asses beat.
Yes, we did. But we had fun, and that's what matters, right?
It's true. We got to see Blake Griffin.
Yeah, he balled out.
Accomplished.
For having one leg, he balled out. So
shout out to Blake.
Yep. Tune in, guys.
Enjoy.
I hope you're right.
Fuck out of here with positivity, man. I'm tired of talking shit. Anyways.
I'll choke him out so fucking hard. You hear him go.
Right there.
That's old Ben.
Still General Kenobi.
He fucked. You see how slow he was in the lightsaber?
Darth Vader was slow then too.
Was that only because the production was so garbage back then?
It's not just because they were old. They didn't know exactly what it would turn into. I doubt they pictured it being fucking flying through, spinning shit.
Do you think old Ben could have beat Vader?
Nah.
So then it would go Grandmaster Yoda, Vader, old Ben.
Han, I'm saying. I think Han.
You think Han beats fucking... Boba. You think Han beats Luke, though?
Yeah.
Farm boy Luke?
Yeah.
He's quick to the draw.
Exactly. There's no way that Luke wouldn't be fast enough. And technically, he shouldn't even have that lightsaber.
That's true. Well,
especially if old Ben's there.
He stole it from him. So old Ben doesn't have a lightsaber.
Tag team. Tag me in.
Well, everybody, we're back.
And we're back. And we're back.
Oh, it's been...
It's best not to count how long it's been.
We have pretty good reason as to why we took this break. As you can tell by our lovely background. See? We got a house. Woohoo! The podcast has been giving us all kinds of extra income.
We're millionaires.
So
we're in a
mansion
mansion now.
Strictly for the podcast.
Yep.
So
that's why we're
passive income that's coming in from our lovely listeners.
Yeah, that's why we're crammed in this corner on the same exact table we were using. It's for tradition. Yeah, it's not because we're too poor to buy a new one.
We're never going to not use this table.
Traditionary. And plus, where do we put all our copious amounts of bobbleheads? Nick, I noticed you got a shit ton of more things. You had half of that.
Let me break it down to you.
That's not necessary.
So the Spider-Man bobblehead right here?
Yeah.
I got it when I was a kid.
You just poked him in the nose?
There's still dust all over it and shit. It's okay. But yeah, I got it when I was, I don't even know, like a teenager probably.
Okay.
This guy right here, this Wolverine action figure I've had since I was probably 6.
Still are 6. Go on.
Yeah, and he's my favorite. Best
of course he is.
Fucking superhero of all time. Short,
definitely
like
has the silliest. He has the silliest costume. You know that, right?
You're joking, right?
You know that, right?
Have you seen Magneto's costume?
All right. Fair. Next.
Next is... I've already had this.
Hockey puck. Been there.
Signed by Datsuk.
Not necessary to mention.
Then I got a lovely... I don't even want to grab this.
Don't move the shit, man.
It's
not necessary. Just fucking use your words.
Replica statue
the statue with that shows the movement. It's like, what is it made of? Brass?
At the Little Caesars Arena.
Is that copper?
Copper, probably.
Yeah. Looks like gold-plated copper.
I say copper turns green eventually, though, so unless they take care of it.
I would imagine they take care of it.
I don't know. They don't take.
It's a cool statue.
They don't take care of the statue.
I like that sculptor. Is he a sculptor?
I don't know. What
How does he make these?
But it kind of looks like this one.
There you
Except it's Ted Lindsay. This one's Del Vecchio. And then if I have Lindsay and Del Vecchio, you know who else I gotta have, right? Gordy, motherfucking hell.
Excuse me.
The OG.
Tap him on the head
OG.
like a puppy.
R.I.P. Gordy. And then I got nice little Stanley Cup.
That Wolverine is sitting
And
in.
then the OG, Nick Lindstrom. And all my lovely posters of my Red Wings. Y'all thought I wasn't a Red Wings fan.
I don't think anyone thought that, honestly. I am glad you filled up all this empty space on your side of the wall. I also did. I got a couple Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator posters. I've had those literally forever. I got them at a paper show or some shit.
Is that crazy? Like, you buy them and then you're like, this is really dope, and then you never frame them and you just leave them?
And then I found them again, so that works, right?
You're welcome for getting the frames for you.
Pretty sure I sent you money for it, so fuck you with your...
I'm saying you would have never bought the frames.
That's true, you're right. What do I got on my side? Chicago Bears helmet, Chicago Blackhawks,
Boo.
Lego Zamboni.
Fuck the Blackhawks. They stole the fucking second round. Third pick?
Lego wheel
Third
fell
pick.
off.
They got
It was the
pick.
third pick.
Yeah, they stole it.
Stole it or you lost it due to being shitty at losing.
Yeah. Let's say if we kept losing, we would have got the first pick. We would have had New Jersey spot.
There you go.
But that's not here or there. I don't want to talk about that, honestly. So.
And I have
Anything else?
I have a Vandor Chewbacca bobblehead. It bobbles a lot more.
That's
than
like
your
the only
bobbleheads.
thing that I would
Look at it
say is
fucking
dope
go.
on your side.
I think goes like a mile a minute. Young Chewie, get out. He would literally demolish everybody on your side, except Wolverine, obviously.
And Spider-Man. Are you fucking kidding me?
Vandor Chewie can handle Spider-Man.
It's not true.
No, it's not.
Spider-Man would fuck up like half those people. Right
What's
there.
up, Nick? What else has been up in this house?
Well, we got a house.
Exactly.
So
there was a lot of build up to that. I think there actually wasn't.
Yeah, there was. The last podcast.
It's like 2 weeks though.
What?
We announced it 1 week, and then we announced an update the next week, and then we have it.
I had progress of like buying the house and purchasing it, and
Yeah,
the
I think it was,
inspection,
like 2 episodes.
and then negotiation.
Someone go fact
and all
check
that shit.
for us, will you?
Whatever. Anyways, got a house. Got a house. The week after our last podcast that we recorded, and so basically we couldn't record because you're moving everything in, and then
So stressful.
obviously when you're moving into a new house, there's a lot of work that you got to do.
Shit's just laying everywhere.
Right.
Boxes that need to be emptied.
Yes, shout out to my girlfriend because she pretty much did it all.
Wow.
As far as unpacking, she did. She unpacked a lot.
Well,
And
you guys
she
have a
set up
stupid
all that
amount of shit, honestly.
Yeah, we filled up a whole house. We filled up a whole fucking house, and we had a small ass apartment.
I bet you if I moved my stuff out of the apartment, I could have used like a pickup truck, but we had to fill up that U-Haul
we
for
got
your
a big
guys'
ass
shit.
U-Haul. But yeah, house is going really good.
It's
We
enormous.
put a lot.
It's actually enormous.
Put a lot of work in this house already.
It's true.
The kitchen is pretty much already remodeled.
Homeboy here did his own little fucking graniting.
I like to call myself Handyman Nick.
You
in
never
this
called
house.
yourself that.
I do all the time now. I send every time I do something in the house, I send a screenshot of it to Sam. I'm like Handyman Nick.
No, that's so annoying.
So basically, the first thing I did, like after I closed on the house, which I did that by myself, which was pretty
By my damn self.
pretty intense because it was one of my yearly goals, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, right before you like accomplish a huge goal, you get those like butterfly feelings,
sure.
those like self
A
doubts,
little-
like
little bit of
should we
anxiety.
even get this house? What's going on? Blah blah blah.
Exactly.
What happens if everybody moves out? Can I afford it on my own? I don't know. Like just going crazy, like weird thoughts like that.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, got the house. First thing I did as soon as I got in the house was fix the countertops because they were all green and ugly as shit.
So there wasn't anything actually wrong with it. Like,
Yeah, they
you
were
say
just
fixed,
ugly.
it wasn't broken.
They weren't broken, but they
green.
were just green and ugly. They didn't match the hardwood floor or anything like that. So instead of getting expensive granite, I bought that $260 Rust-Oleum little thing as seen on TV.
Some speckle. Got
Yeah.
some speckle.
And it actually worked. It wasn't too bad. It's the first thing we did in the house. Me, my sister, and Sam, it comes with like a diamond-shaped sander.
All right.
So all you gotta do is just like scrape the shit off the top of it, like, and you gotta like make it raw. Like you gotta clean it, get all the shit off of it, and then you scrape it really good. Then you get all that dust off, and then it comes with this really, really thick black paint, like almost like tar, and you paint the fuck out of every single part of the counter.
Paint the fuck out of it.
Yes, and then they give you this little machine that like spits out these little what would you call them? Little
Speckles.
Speckles.
They're definitely called speckles.
And it's the one that we got was a charcoal version. So it was like little black, white, gray, little speckles. And it's like a little gun. Like you just turn it, it's like whoosh, 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 whoosh,
Right.
and it fucking made a mess everywhere. But it gets all over the paint, and then you get this little chemical. You spray it. No, you spray the paint with the chemical or with the sparkles on it, and it
speckles, not sparkles.
It activates the chemicals within the paint to like suck up the something. I don't know. It's probably just water in the fucking bottom, honestly. And it's like, oh, you gotta use this.
Sitting here describing it like a fucking science project.
$40 in the package, but
SC, not TV.
pretty much that's all you do the first day, and then you let it all dry and settle. Then the second day, you go back there with a different sander. You sand everything back down. You patch up any spots. If you miss any spots, it doesn't look as even, or if it's missing the paint, you gotta repaint it and all that shit. And then you sand it down one more time, making sure it looks all flat and smooth, and then you put the clear epoxy on it.
There you go.
And then you're done, and it looks pretty nice.
Not gonna lie, when you guys were like sending me updates and shit about how it was going, I guaranteed myself every single time I got an update, they fucked it up. Something went wrong.
I still think
That
it
is
could have
fucked
been
up.
better. Yeah, because you know when you do something and you look at it more than anybody else.
Something that you create.
Yeah. So like I know every single spot where there's like a little blemish on that whole counter, and I'm convinced it's getting worse and worse. And Sam keeps telling me I'm tripping, but I want to get like another thing of epoxy and
Go
epoxy
back
it
over
again,
it.
just
Get
to make
that double epoxy.
makes it like a little bit thicker.
Do you think that maybe they do that on purpose so that they were forced to buy two?
No, I think that we got really, really long counters, so we probably should have bought two.
There was a
It's
lot of
50
it.
square feet of counter space, and we got every little bit of that. The house that we got is pretty nice. Like I got a good fucking deal on the house.
That's true.
And the kitchen is an extension to the house, like the person who owned the house
So
before.
it's goddamn enormous.
Yes, they added an extension to the kitchen just because I guess they really like cooking. I don't know, but it's a big ass kitchen, like huge, and a double lot in the backyard. It's a bungalow. Basement's half finished. It's for the basement dweller.
Hello.
And then 2 guest rooms. One's the podcast room. The other one's the guest room. We got the living room, bathroom, kitchen. We got everything. You know,
Only one
got
bathroom.
plumbing and shit. It's dope.
Only one bathroom.
Only one, but it has not affected us in any way.
I've come home and I've really had to pee.
Oh well.
I had to suffer for like 10 minutes.
I was gonna say it hasn't really like affected our work schedules or anything.
It's
like that.
true. We're pretty lucky that all our schedules are different. Our shower times are different.
So yeah, that was that was like the first yearly goal I wanted to get done, and I fucking chucked that motherfucker
no
off
time.
my list. Got the kitchen pretty much done. Once the counters are done, took the handles off because they were green as well. So I like used some weird chemical to get all the paint off of it, and then I washed them down really good. Had a neighbor chick walk over when I was painting all this shit. She was trying to holler at me.
Is that what was happening?
That's exactly what happened.
Pretty
dude.
sure a dog ran away from her.
No, her dog did not run away from her.
She let it go?
She was walking it without a leash. A little tiny little fucking, you know, those little
Rats.
purse dog.
You were about
whatever.
to call her a rat.
I was. It's just Mexican, Latina. I don't know what she is. She's one of those. And she's walking down the street and just her socks. Like,
Nothing else?
completely naked.
That
you know?
doesn't seem
And,
right.
she's walking down the street. She's talking to a neighbor across the street. And then I don't know. I forget what they're talking about because I wasn't really paying attention. I was listening to music. And I hear her go, "Oh my God, a puppy!" Because Jax was outside. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to fucking socialize. And so I had chemicals all over my hands. So I'm just fucking cleaning off my hands real quick. And her little fucking tiny ass dog just squeezes right through my gate, walks right in the gate. Jack starts flipping the fuck out because he's like, okay, what do I do? He's like jumping in circles, like looking at me like, should I fuck this dog up? What do I do? So I'm like, hurry up and grab Jax because I don't know what he's going to do. And it's a puppy and all that. And then she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm like, it's okay. And then she's like, what's your name? And I was like, Nick. And then just pretty much talked to her for like a second. And then I told her, like, you could come in the gate, like, and get your dog, you know? And then so she came in the gate, and then she picked up her dog, and then we had like a little bit of small talk, and then she was asking me where we used to live and all that shit. And then I pretty much cut the conversation off pretty fucking short. And I was like, yeah. I was like, well, here you go. There's your dog. And
See ya.
I was like, make sure make sure the gate's closed kind of thing. I don't know if I was being a dick or anything like that, but she definitely kind of like just pushed herself
in and
the
lingered.
conversation, which I appreciate the confidence and the
do.
assertiveness.
I can tell you appreciate because otherwise you wouldn't be telling this story.
And that was funny. Good
You're
story.
flattered, aren't you?
I was pretty flattered.
Yeah.
You made me feel pretty good. So anyways, I fucking took all the paint off the handles, spray painted them, made them nice and black to match the countertops. Easy there.
I didn't say anything.
Easy there. You see that racist motherfucker?
Nice and black.
That's not bad. That's good.
You just can't say that. Can't say it like that.
Yeah, I can. Anyways, so now the countertops and everything is charcoal based with black handles, and the cabinets are white, and it matches really nice. And I installed a dishwasher by myself.
That shit stunk.
Handyman Nick. That was the old dishwasher that was in the fucking kitchen was not operable. And when obviously, you know, when you take off the water thing, there's a lot of old water that's just sitting in the pipe, and it was just black,
just goops out,
and it smelled so bad. It was disgusting, and it kept souping out, and there were spiders all over the dishwasher. I was kind of like, fuck, this sucks, but I got it out and got it done, and I thought I was going to electrocute myself a couple times because I had to buy like a separate cord that connected from the dishwasher to a power outlet.
You had to connect the wires directly.
Yes, and there was, for the one thing that I bought, the extension had 3 different connectors. And the dishwasher only had 2. So I looked up which ones to connect, and I had like a live ground one that's not connected to anything. So I put one of those like things over it that like supposed to stop the surges or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And I was wet as shit from the dishwasher and leaking, and I was like, okay, here we go. And I plugged it in.
Just went for it. And, okay, here we go. That's some famous last words right there.
So I got the dishwasher going. So the kitchen looks like 10 times better. It looks way nicer.
It's true.
And other than that, just little shit around the house, like switching the outlets because you were the 2-prong outlets.
What house doesn't have 3-pronged outlets?
Old house.
Are we living in fucking 1920?
But one thing I did learn is the wiring in the living room is old as shit, dude. Like super old. The wiring
is?
Yeah, it's like super old. But the wiring in all the other rooms is new. It's like not even dusty at all, which is fucking really good for us. That's nice. Like sweet. And put the blinds up. Just bought a grill. Got to get that set up. But that's pretty much it what we did in the house so far. My main goal was to get the kitchen good, and the kitchen's looking great now. So what I'm going to do now for the rest of the house is just maintaining, cleaning it, and like slowly making sure we have everything unpacked and organizing it and shit.
There's a bunch of shit in trash bags right there.
Yeah. Don't tell them that. That's behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
And then over the summer, I want to do like a lot of landscaping. I want to get the gutters replaced.
Oh, you a gardener now.
I want to get the gutters replaced, and I want to do something with the tile that we have, like extra tile. And I want to
it's kind of just scared about.
Yeah, and I want to make a fire pit. Be cool. So that's the plan. So it's pretty dope.
Plan.
I really like having stuff to do when I come home because I don't know. I'm just one of those people that like I can't just sit there and like play video games for all day. Like I get bored of it, and I don't know.
Does it sneak this?
No, it's not. I wish I could fucking do that.
I think we've talked about it before. I don't know if it was on a podcast episode or anything, but you have said that when you feel like you should be doing something and you're just like relaxing instead, maybe you've even told yourself, okay, I just need to relax.
I feel guilty.
That weight over you. Like, I need to be doing something.
Right.
And the more you wait, the heavier it gets.
Yeah, and I'm not enjoying doing nothing. Or I'm not enjoying the game or anything like that.
Completely
because for some
distracted.
reason. Yeah, so it's nice to always have something to do around the house. Because there's always something to do when you're a homeowner. So it's cool.
I've even had shit to do every day.
I know.
It's absurd.
Nothing wrong with that.
There's plenty wrong with that. I had to upgrade our internet today.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
I bought us a new router because our internet just started going out like yesterday. So I went straight to Amazon, bought a new router. Next day shipping. Got it.
Dope.
It was pretty dope.
It's pretty dope that Amazon's like that. Like we can get that out.
Is it dope? Can you think about the kind of things that are happening behind the scenes to make that happen? The kind of workers, violations that are happening.
I heard that
people
working
cry
at Amazon
at their desks.
sucks.
Yeah, people cry at their desks.
I'm not worried about the desk people. Like,
wow.
The reason why the shipping and packaging and distribution teams are the people that go through the fucking ringer.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Eventually, it's all gonna be automated.
Yeah, and they have little drones flying around instead of fucking delivery drivers and shit. It's gonna happen.
I've heard that for so long. I've been waiting for that to happen.
Pretty sure they already try it, don't they? In certain places.
I think only in California.
Yeah.
California gets the fucking fresh groceries as well from Amazon.
Oh, that's dope.
Stupid. Because we don't have it.
Remember how you were talking about me and my problem of if there's something in the back of my head, I can't enjoy a video game in that?
Yeah.
I really, really enjoyed Game of Thrones and UFC 236 because I checked off another goal in my fucking yearly goals.
Ah, wow, what a segue. That was a fucking... That was a segue on a racetrack. Yeah. That's what that was.
It was my PMP certification, the Project Management Professional certification that I've been talking about since November.
Long time, yeah.
I've been studying for since November, and I finally fucking did it. So Dawn has to call me PMP Martwinsky from now on, which is pretty nice.
I've unfortunately had to call him that every single time. It's horrible.
I took it last Saturday, and it was nice.
What did they say about how people normally do when they take that test?
They normally don't do really good at all.
There was like a rating system, though, wasn't it? Was it out of 5, 4?
There's like, when you...
Did really poorly.
When you pass the test, they don't give you like a percentage score, and they don't tell you how many you got right or wrong. It's just weird. It's a NAT chart. It's like a bar graph with like filler in between the graph. Mm-hmm. And the end of it is like needs a lot of improvement. The second to last one like needs improvement. The third to last one is like almost passing, and then you got target and then above target. And I was in the middle of the target, so I'm assuming I got like a C+, B-, B on the test. I don't know.
That sounds right.
And which is pretty good. So like I was nervous as shit when I was taking this test. I'm not gonna lie. Like as soon as I scheduled the test for Saturday, I scheduled it like on a Tuesday. Then from Tuesday to Saturday, I was just going through like the mental ringer, and like I kept like, it's gonna sound funny and lame as shit, but I kept comparing it to like signing a fight contract. Like you're that you're fighting on this date,
right?
And the only reason why I should be tripping is if I wasn't confident in my preparation. But I am confident in my preparation. So like I was going through all those, like if you hear like a fighter talk about how they have those mental doubts, and they always say, like, you know how it goes, and when you're training and you're wondering if you're not training enough, you're wondering if your opponent's training too hard, you're wondering if there's something outside of the norm that you don't know that if you should or shouldn't be doing, all these different variables. I had those same types of situations in my head, like I didn't pay for a boot camp. Should I have paid for a boot camp? Am I honestly ready for this test? I looked up the 5th version of the study guide instead of the 6th version of the study guide. And are these mock tests that I've been doing online, are they just like the exam, or is that going to be completely different? Am I going to be able to pass these tests? Are the questions that are generated from my test going to be the stuff that I'm really good at? And like it was like shit like that. And I'd have low moments throughout the week where I'd be doubting myself, and not only doubting myself on the test, but just doubting myself in general. And it was very like interesting to go through, because like I would like just let myself think shitty for a little bit, and then eventually I'd get myself out of it by like, I don't know, just listening
pull yourself out or something.
Listening to like a Joe Rogan podcast, or like watching something, or just get my mind off it for a second, and then I try to think objectively, like kind of like
outside of the situation.
Yeah, like I'm imagining somebody, like me watching somebody,
and what advice you would give them.
Right, and that's when it would kind of like calm me down the most. Like, bitch, you've been studying for this test since November. You have read the PMBOK guide. You have read the #1 study guide for the PMBOK, or for the PMP exam. You fucking have all these, what are those flashcards that you have studied, and you memorized them. You have taken all these tests, and you've gotten A's and B's on the test. And even when you got questions wrong, you knew why you got them wrong, and like you're good. But obviously you have those like little doubts.
It's never enough.
All right, so like Saturday on the way to the test, I was jamming out to fucking Queen to get me pumped up.
Is that what happened?
Yes, and that's why it's been stuck in my head for literally like almost a whole week, because
it's the worst.
I'm on my Queen train right now,
and
the train is full speed ahead. It is not slowing down, and I'm just having
every
a good
single
time.
day
Having a good time.
Having a good time. He screams top of his lungs.
So I really, really got to enjoy. Like the plan was to take the test, and then enjoy the fuck out of the UFC fights, and then enjoy the fuck out of Game of Thrones. And it almost felt surreal, because
did it?
Yes, because it was a long-term goal that I've had for a while, and the fact that I was like, oh, I planned this specific date, like for some reason, like in the past or subconsciously, I was like, yeah, I planned it for this date, but
you kind of expect it to go wrong.
There's something that's gonna get in the way, and blah blah blah, and it'll probably be later down the road. But I stuck to my game plan, and I stuck to the goals that I wrote down, how I broke down like from A to B to C to D, instead of just like looking at like okay, I want to take this test, and then like it's like overwhelming just looking at the test in general. Like, no, I'm gonna use the first months to read the books, and the second months to start taking flashcards and blah blah blah. And it worked out, which was cool. So I was like living on a really dope high, and it was surreal, because
that's some self growth right there.
And it just proves that hard work can like accomplish anything, as long as you stay determined and you continue to put the effort in. You don't get discouraged, and you follow the rules that you set and set yourself.
Right. I think most of the time when people do things like that, the results come a lot later than like 5 months, like it is for you. So maybe they get discouraged along the road. Those doubts start to feel a little more real, because the end's so far in sight.
Yeah, I think it happens a lot. It's happened to me several times. Happened to me with the marathon.
Absolutely.
It's happened to me, like everybody's gone through it, but you just got to learn from them. And like last year was like a very fucking, it was
It was a
learning
It
experience.
was a knock you down so you can pick yourself up.
Right.
Type
It's either you
situation.
pick yourself up or you continue going.
Stay down.
Yeah. So, and I decided to use all my experiences for a positive, and it's working out good. I think it was like a necessary step that everybody had to go through to like get better, which is pretty fucking. It's awesome.
You don't normally see it so clearly. I think that's why it's so
you're
so
right.
cool.
Fuck,
Yeah.
There was something else I wanted to talk about on there. I had it in my head when I was rambling.
You're supposed to write in your
I
notes.
can't fucking remember. No, it's all good.
This is why my notes are basically novels, and I just like pick information out. If I ever forget anything, I just look at the back of the novel.
Yeah. Cool. Good for you.
Thank
You
you.
some kind of smart guy or something?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck off.
This
Wanna
is
hear my next goal?
Can you imagine if I reacted to your brags like that every single
I would
time?
laugh.
Oh my god. I don't think we'd be friends.
Every time this guy gets drunk, he's kind of like me, like how I normally am. He just talks shit, and it's fucking hilarious. I just wish you would do it more often.
It's rude to do, man. I have to do it to you. It's like
You can do
extreme
it to me.
measures.
It's fun.
It's
So
rough.
basically, it's April,
Yeah.
and I have 2 of my 4 yearly goals complete, it's awesome. My next 2 goals, the third one is getting a new job. It's the reason why I got the certification, and I feel way more qualified, and I feel way more confident in myself now for those higher level positions, because like I always felt that I could do them.
Right.
I can learn them on the job and all that, but I was like nervous to like
It never really seemed like something real.
Right.
Like maybe once you got down the line, like
Right.
step 4.
yeah, and it's just like a different outlook on it now because I feel more confident in it, and I feel like I actually can do it. Like I look back at when I was applying for jobs last year, and I'd act like, yeah, I applied to 9 jobs today. Yeah, I did, but I used the same resume for all 9 jobs, and within the resume there was a fucking like a misspelled thing, or it wasn't like I didn't put the effort in. I did enough to make it look like I was in my head justifying what I was doing, but I think deep down I knew I wasn't doing what I should have been doing. And now that I look back at it in retrospect, it's like, yeah, I wasn't.
Right.
No wonder why I didn't get any fucking calls or anything like that, you know?
Makes sense. Were you maybe worried that your resume wasn't good enough? You weren't certified?
I think I was like I was nervous in my abilities,
Mm.
and I was like nervous that I'm gonna get into a position over my head or blah blah blah.
So just throw the shit at the wall and see what sticks instead of actually diving in and facing it.
Right, that's exactly what I did, and obviously I'm glad it didn't work out because it made me grow and better myself.
All right.
So the next goal is the job, and then the 4th goal is to go back to jiu-jitsu. And I have a 5th goal, which is like a 30 podcasts, but I know we're gonna do that anyway. So
Yeah.
30 podcasts in the year, and I think we have like 7 done so far, and then we had to take a break because of moving and all that. But now we're starting to get back into
We were
it.
at a pretty good pace before the move. I
Yeah.
was pretty proud. Maybe I'll join you in jiu-jitsu. I've been thinking about it.
Dude,
I need
you should.
I need something to like set my sights on.
I was trying to convince my cousin Zach to do it too in Texas.
How much is it again?
It's different from every place. I don't think I'll be going to the same place. 'Cause that's far away, dude. But
That's true.
when I went there, it was like if you pay for it all in one bulk, I think it was $110 a month. Ain't too bad. But you get what you pay for. Like they gave you the option to go there like every single day. You could go there every single day. There's like 3 different classes a day. You could go there and get your money's worth for 100%.
Yeah.
But I wasn't doing that at first. I was doing
exhausting.
I was going like twice a week, 3 times a week, and there's times where I wouldn't even go because like at the time I was working at 4 a.m. every day, and the classes were at 6 p.m. So by the time I get home and all that, it'd be like 7:30. Then I got to shower, then eat dinner, and then go to bed.
Day's done.
I'm going to bed at like 11 o'clock, and I got to get up at 2:50 in the morning, and it just wasn't sustainable long term unless I drastically changed my lifestyle and like changed my sleep schedule to like stay up all night or something. But
Right.
it was very draining, and I lost motivation to go at the end of the day. But I fucking love jiu-jitsu. I love the experience. I loved how difficult it is, and it makes you grow, and it sees what you're really capable of. And I think you should really go too because it's fun.
Right.
Learn self-defense, get more confidence, and
Yeah. We did go
meet
to
new
that.
people.
We did go to that one class. It wasn't jiu-jitsu, was it? It was just general MMA?
No, it was a
Muay Thai.
class.
Yeah.
I went to one class and almost died.
I was worried. I was doing well while I was there, I think, until I got tired, which was like an on-off switch. I was doing great, and then I went to go get a water, came back, I was basically a zombie. And then I got home.
He didn't have that EPO in him to
Definitely
sustain
not. TJ, give me your shit. More on that later, I suppose. I came home, took a shower, took a nap. My heart was beating the whole time, like really fast. It was abnormal.
Well, you're probably like really out of shape at the time.
I was very out
I
of
was gonna say,
shape.
did you work out at all?
What's this at the time nonsense? I'm out of shape.
Yeah.
So I woke up from my nap. It was about 4 hours. heartbeat still going super fast. Like, uh-oh, am I going to die?
I remember you texted me. Like,
I was like, dude, my heart rate is going really high.
Oh, yeah, heart's still racing. I was like, you're fucking fine. Just relax.
You're not so unsupportive. If I died, it would have been all your fault. But yeah, I'd be down to try it again. Maybe
I think it'd be
build
fun.
on that instead of just leaving it at it.
Fuck yeah. Then, like, eventually in the garage, get some mats out there. Then we can
You're
practice
trying to
our
lose
shit.
on a regular is what you're trying to do.
Bitch, please.
You know for a fact I'm going to be better than you, right?
Are you serious?
Excluding, obviously, if you just decided to overpower somebody.
I got 6 months extra experience
That's
on your
all right.
ass. I know a lot more fundamental shit than you do.
I'm significantly quicker at learning.
Initially, yes.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but not, like, long term. We
I can make up that 6 months in, like, a month. Tops.
I hope so. I hope you're right.
Tippity tops.
Dude, I would want you to be better than me because then we both would learn a lot faster.
It's true.
So, I hope you're right.
Fuck out of here with positivity, man. I'm trying to talk shit. Anyways.
I'll be real. I'll choke him out so fucking hard. You hear him just go.
It's a pretty good impression of like a duck.
I've done it to myself, or I've gotten it happen to myself.
Yeah, I bet you have.
I know how it sounds.
Okay, so that's what's been up with you.
Yes, lots of shit.
Yeah. Since this is not my house, my move has been so much easier, honestly. The biggest thing I had to worry about is a basement being mildly creepy.
Oh, yeah, Dawn was terrified.
At the beginning, it was very creepy. Not going to lie. There's some wording above one of the light switches.
Some wording?
Some wording.
You going to say what it is?
It says, "Why me, Lord?" I have to look at it every night, every day,
Yes.
and it freaks me the fuck out. I'm not going to lie. And it also gets super dark down there. There's 2 tiny frosted windows to light the goddamn place.
And it's a half-finished basement, so
It's half finished.
his part is all carpeted and somewhat furnished.
Still
in there.
creepy. There's nails in the walls.
Yes, there's a lot of nails in the base of walls for some reason. It's
creepy.
I thought you did something with them, you didn't?
I pulled all of them out of the area around my TV.
Oh, you haven't finished?
There's
it?
so many. It took
bet.
so long to do that one. There's no way I was doing
Just do a
more.
little bit a day.
Slowly. Just
Yeah.
pull out 1 nail per day. I could do that.
And then the other half of the basement is concrete floor. It's like a Michigan basement.
Right,
The
with
washer
open
and dryer and
ceiling.
shit. So I could see how it would definitely be creepy, especially in the beginning when we didn't
When
have
you're not
a lot of
comfortable,
shit
I didn't know
moving.
if I was being a little bitch or if maybe I was just uncomfortable in the new place.
I was low-key nervous, especially the first few nights because the house was empty. So it was very echoey.
Yeah.
And there was no blinds in the windows at all. And there's a
Did you guys
lot of
sleep in the
windows in
living
this
room?
house. No, I didn't sleep in the living room.
Okay.
Except upstairs. But like whenever I go to lock the doors at night, Dawn would be sleeping in the basement already. And then Sam's upstairs, so I'm making sure everything's locked up. I was nervous looking around for Michael Myers and shit. Like, who's gonna be getting my ass? All right, I have that feeling that somebody was watching me, or I had a feeling like what if I just seen a ghost right now? But no, I don't feel that feeling anymore. Like once we got everything unpacked, and Echo was got away, got some blinds going, got the puppy in here full time, who can sense ghosts way better than I can.
Probably.
Right. Do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah. There's something there, probably.
You think so? Like honestly, or do you think
It's
that's
not
just
like,
you're-
dude in a bed sheet floating by, and I don't think it's anything
God.
that we'll be able to see at all. Lights are not,
So do
like
you
the
think
floating
it's-
orbs and shit.
So do you think it's just something science hasn't explained yet, or do you think it's like a supernatural thing?
Have I told you what I think a person's soul is? Like the concept of a soul?
Yeah, you said it's memories, right?
Something like that. I think
Okay.
I think that our brain is a light bulb, and our soul, quote unquote, is the electricity. So the only reason our brains work is because of the electricity flying through the neurons, whatever the fuck, sending signals down to our body. I think that is that light that we see in people. I think that's what makes us us. Not necessarily just, the formation of your brain, but how the signals travel along it.
How does that relate to ghosts?
So when you die, where does it go?
To heaven.
To heaven, Nick. Yeah. If you're good, it goes to heaven. If you're bad, you stay the fuck here.
Oh, you think this is hell?
No, I'm not serious about that. I'm just saying I think some people might linger. Maybe everybody lingers in some of the stronger willed. I don't know. I'm
it's
kind of
my
reaching here, but this is my theory, all right?
Well, I mean, everybody.
No one has a better theory,
Ghost
so
theory
fuck
is
you.
it's a off one.
True.
I definitely believe in ghosts. I'm not gonna lie. I believe that, like, they're there if you allow them to be, and maybe it's maybe it's not. It may not even be necessarily like actually physically there, but if you believe it, it definitely fucks with you.
True.
Like when I was a kid, I used to think I had a demon watching me all of the fucking time. Cause I just I had an amazing childhood, and a lot of the times I felt like something was watching me when I was sleeping. And there was one time, I'll never forget this. Like, you know when you're looking at the wall and you're sleeping because you're too afraid to like actually look by your door or whatever.
Yeah.
And you think that there's somebody watching you, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna work up the courage to fucking look in 3, 2, 1, and you look. One time, I didn't give myself the 3, 2, 1 countdown. I didn't tell myself in my head to look. I just fucking I didn't think about it. I just looked, and I seen a shadow, just like on the wall, just go down and out my fucking room. Like,
Jesus.
At my dad's house in the basement in Grove Zero. I'm getting chills right now thinking about it. The only reason I'm getting chills now is because that was when I was like 10. And to get sidetracked real quick.
Yeah.
The reason why I got, or the way I got rid of it was I started praying every day. And that's why I said I think it's there if you allow it to be. I think it kind of like feeds off fear, or your brain maybe.
Your brain maybe manifests it depending on how much you believe in it.
And I was in the basement too, and I know there's like a lot of electromagnetic shit. Like if
shit's weird down there.
If there's a lot of like loose electricity or whatever, ghost hunters taught me this shit. It makes you more schizophrenic, or like it makes you more like think, oh, what's that? There's something there. But what creeps me out about it the most was that was when I was like 10. Like a year ago, my dad moved to California, and he asked me if I could water his fucking plants.
Okay.
He didn't want to take him there. So at first I was like, sure, until I started fucking dying off because I wasn't committed. God. So I was like, fuck that. But one time I took Sam to see the house that I grew up in, and we were in the basement, and she straight up fucking told me, I never said one thing about fucking me thinking the house was haunted when I was a kid. I never said one thing about that at all. We were sitting on the couch in the basement, and she's like, it's fucking weird down here. I feel very uncomfortable. And as soon as she fucking said that, I got the biggest chill down my spine. And I was like, we got to get the fuck out of here.
Wasting no time.
Yeah. And then we pretty much got out of there like pretty quick. And I told her exactly like, that's fucking weird that you said that. So like that right there kind of like confirmed shit for me.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's cool to like, it's cool. Like it's an exciting thing. Like it makes your adrenaline.
If they didn't exist, life would be a little more boring.
Yeah. Like there's been, I think I've said this before on the podcast a few times. Like in my old apartment, I would take this road called Hines Drive to work. And it's a road with no street lights at all.
It's like a giant parkway almost.
Right. And there's like no stop signs, no red lights. It's just like a steady 35 miles an hour. Go do your thing.
Yeah.
And, on the way to work on some mornings, especially Wednesday mornings, I have to be there at 4 a.m. And I'd purposely put on like top 10 ghost sightings or top 10 like EVPs or top 10 recorded ghost videos or something like that, and I'd freak myself the fuck out on the way.
You're a stupid person.
To the fucking to work because I mean there's no street lights at all. Yeah. If there's nobody on the road that early.
True.
And I'm looking for Slender Man in the woods.
Why?
The whole fucking time I think I'm seeing something, and it's foggy because it's early.
Do you do this like wake yourself up or what?
I don't know.
You're like a masochist.
Like the feeling, and then I would think of what if my car is broke down right now.
What's the matter with you?
I don't know. Something's wrong with me. But yeah,
clearly,
ghosts are real.
All right, that was a tangent. Welcome back to Tangents, guys. Anyway, back to me in the house.
How's the house done?
Other than the basement being kind of creepy, is where we left off on that tangent. I also broke a lot of shit that I moved from the apartment. Including like a glass cover for my computer desk. I was moving it. It was like the last thing I had to move from the apartment. I almost had it, and I had to make some McDonald's with me, so I wanted to make sure I didn't drop either thing. I kindly set the thing down.
Prioritize the McDonald's over the glass.
It was just one cup. I was just making sure I had it, and then making sure I had the thing. So I was setting it down. The corner touched the sidewalk and shattered. The whole thing just shattered in my hand. A piece of it went lodged in my finger. I only got it out like a week ago. No, I got it out finally. I think I still have it. It was a big chunk of glass. Anyway, made a huge fucking mess. I was just standing there. If you can picture me, just holding something, holding my drink, just standing there, staring at a puddle of
Was
glass.
there the neighbors outside?
I think so. I just pretended I wasn't there and swept it all up.
That's funny as hell.
It was rough.
Well, we made it though.
Yeah.
Your bed broke because of me.
Yep, kind of just flipped it over and dropped it on the truck.
Yeah, he has one of those beds where the
With the
dresser's
drawers
at the
in
bottom of the bed,
Yeah.
the bed frame, and Just the way that I told him to turn it one way, and then I didn't realize we were turning it with
Turning
the
it
dresser
drawer
down.
side down.
The fucking drawer is like, boom, smashed.
A bunch of little beads start flying around, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, that's impossible to fix.
Yeah,
Great.
Like, my bad, dude.
So I'm just not using that drawer anymore.
Yeah.
Today in the house, I woke up at like 3 a.m. I really, really, really had to pee.
Dude.
Sprinted upstairs. I kicked some box in the middle of the fucking doorway.
That was not at 3 a.m. I hope it wasn't, because
Yeah, it
me
was.
and Sam were up. Was it really 3 a.m.?
When I came running upstairs?
And you went in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Dude, I thought a intruder was in the house.
Why?
Because I heard a fucking big bang, and I was like, what the fuck was that?
I fucking kicked a box in the fucking doorway.
And then Sam was like, I don't know, but I just seen lights flashing. And I was like, are you serious? She goes, yeah. I'm like a flashlight? She goes, I don't know. So I just fucking got up, and I looked at the stairs, and I bent my head down, and I seen the bathroom door was closed. I'm like, that's fucking Dawn in the bathroom, man.
What if there was an intruder in the bathroom?
I don't know.
I'm gonna rob this place first. I gotta stop for a little shit.
Well, I immediately assumed like the intruder was a stupid idea, because we have like a security system.
Yeah,
Alarms
we
would
would
go
know
off.
the door
right.
went off.
But you never know when you're thinking late at night and shit. So thank you for like fucking
Waking you up.
freaking us out for a second.
You're welcome. Thank you for leaving a box in the middle of the doorway for me
What
to
box?
That long ass box. It's probably still fucking there.
The blinds.
Probably
That's not in the middle.
in the kitchen doorway
No.
between the kitchen and living room.
Yeah.
Long box, sticking halfway out into the kitchen. Smashed my foot into it. Straight kicked it.
I don't remember being at places.
I was like, fuck. Hopped over to the bathroom. Had my phone on me, so I whip out Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes game that I haven't really been playing. I quit for a while. Nick's been playing it. They started releasing new characters, Darth Revan and Darth Malak, who I'm, really...
Light side Revan.
Light side Revan. That was a long time ago, though. I don't want to get too far back, whatever.
Just saying.
Resparked my interest, so I started playing again. I did this thing called hoarding, where you just take all the free energy they give you. This game is like a character collection game. You use energy, get character shards, and then
It's a
eventually
pay
get
to
character.
win, basically.
It's definitely pay to win. So what I'm doing is just getting all the free shit that they give me before I hit the PvP level, and then I can just explode on everybody. But yesterday...
I like how you said explode.
Explode! Yesterday,
Jizz all of you motherfuckers.
there was an event called Ghosts of Dathomir.
I cannot believe this.
And Ghosts of Dathomir gives you 14 experience, which took me to level 28, took me to the PvP level.
Only 14?
14!
Is that a lot at that
No,
level?
I was cutting it real close. Probably my fault, but I just fucking stared at it. Because this ruins the entire plan. I was at the end of the PvP session, so I'm like last place now.
Yeah, so, well, like...
I could have been first place from the start, but I'm last place.
Explain that, though. So, like...
There's these like groups. Every PvP group is made when you hit level 28. You get thrown into whatever the group is
like a
right
pool.
now. Yeah,
and each pool is 20,000
exactly.
people, right?
Pool fills up at 20,000, then a new one starts. So what I'm trying to do is watch other people, see where they like join, and if they join at 19,999, then I'm like, all right, let's go do this shit. But in this case, I joined at 18,875 or some shit.
How do you know that? So you just...
There's other people that like throw burner accounts at it.
Oh,
they're way more serious about it.
Gotcha.
So I wasted my entire like past 3 weeks of hoarding that energy. I could have been like rank 20 out of 20,000, but now I'm rank. I can't even get out of 2,000.
Because they're better than you?
They've had more time to do it. Their characters are further along. I literally can't get them further.
Do you think you'll be able to get...
Eventually, I still have 3,000 energy saved up. You're only supposed to have like 800 or something.
Why can't you use it? You can use it. It's got
I have nothing to use it on. Because each character is maxed, has a limit of how many times you can farm it.
Do you have a lot
5
of crystals?
times. Not anymore. Spend them all. Had
It
1,000.
used to be 8 times. They just changed it to 5 times.
People are pissed.
Yeah, I'm fucking pissed. They changed it right...
They changed it as soon as they released these brand new characters that you have to pay for.
Yeah,
congratulations for that. And then they made a couple reworks to existing characters to make them better, so only the people with money win.
Right.
And then they buffed the people with money so that they would beat those characters anyway.
Yeah.
And it was all big circle jerk. People are actually pissed about it. People are quitting the game.
They're definitely making the game difficult to play if you're a free-to-play player.
Yeah, because they just want you to buy money.
Which... I guess I get the business
money.
smile, but at the same time, I think it's just stupid.
It is stupid.
But I mean, we're playing the game, so why?
Right. So on my side, I am pissed that I ruined my entire plan, but I'm just going to approach this like a free-to-play player. I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to get those Jedi, General Kenobi, Anakin, Ahsoka.
So is that going to be your starting team?
I'm still doing Phoenix because I already have most of them started.
Okay, so Phoenix and then them?
Phoenix into Jedi with Bastila and Jolie Bindo, which will give me Revan. Meanwhile, I'll get Yoda with my existing Jedi, and I'll throw in Anakin and Ahsoka. Team will sort of form itself, I'm hoping. I've seen some footage of it, and they seem fun, but they're not competitive against Darth Revan, unfortunately.
That's stupid. I wish every single team was competitive. Like you can just pick whatever team you wanted.
It would make sense, right?
Like a Rebel team, if you were like an OG, you watched episodes 4, 5, and 6 when you were a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Or like a Clone Wars team or a Galactic Republic team. If
or
you
maybe
watched
you want to,
at our age.
Maybe you're fucking 14 and you want to play with the existing Rebels.
Right. Or like a really good Resistance team.
Yeah.
Or like a really fucking good
Why is
Clone
Jedi
team.
Rey not good? She's the most recent legendary hero.
She is.
As far as the movies go.
I don't think she's good in Squad Arena, but she's definitely good
The
in
only
raids.
characters that are good in the PvP are Light Side Revan and Dark Side Revan, which are in games that no one's played for fucking 10 years, 19
Yeah.
years.
I was going to say, Bastila is good too, but she's also with that.
Same game.
Yeah. That is true. Some Darth Treya teams are pretty good, but.
Same game.
Yeah. Is it Darth Treya?
She's in KOTOR 2.
Oh,
Not
I never
KOTOR
played
1.
that one.
It was a good one. I like it more than KOTOR 1. That's not true. Whatever. I'm flip-flopping. The developers have said that they want to add 2 more teams that'll compete at the top. They've said Light Side Revan, Dark Side Revan, question mark.
What do you think it's going to be?
I have no fucking idea. It was supposed to be Grievous, I think, and his droids, but then they nerfed him for no reason.
I just unlocked Grievous.
Maybe they do something with the 3 that I mentioned, Kenobi, Ahsoka, and
I
Anakin.
hope so. I think
That'd be dope.
I think them 3 with like they need to make Mace Windu better.
Mace Windu sucks.
They need to make him better. Him and Yoda.
Yoda's pretty fucking good already.
No, they don't need to make Yoda. But I'm saying them 2 with General Kenobi.
Yeah, it should be
Anakin,
good.
And Ahsoka.
Galactic Republic Jedi should be great.
Yeah. But
Stupid. Anyways,
I like Chewie though.
spending too much time on that stupid mobile game is supposed to be a quick
I fucking
little.
like Star Wars, bro.
It's supposed to be a little complaint about me ruining my plan. More on Star Wars. There's a new game that was announced just last week. Star Wars Celebration in Chicago 2019. I don't know if that's what it's called, but that's what.
I was gonna say what?
Yep.
Isn't it called the?
That's what the celebrate. That's where it was announced.
Okay,
in
what's
Chicago.
it called?
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
I was gonna say I thought it was a Fallen Jedi or something like that.
Yeah. So it is published by EA, who is also in charge of siphoning the money out of the fucking mobile game,
I really don't like EA.
and in charge of Battlefront 2, which got in the news for siphoning money out of people. They actually had their loot boxes banned because it was like misleading to customers.
Why?
Because people were like spending money and not getting what they wanted.
Really?
Yeah, it was like a big thing way back in the earlier part of the year, I think. So they're publishing the game, not making the game. Respawn Entertainment is making the game. They've made Apex Legends most recently, which topped Fortnite.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's sunken down since then.
They just had like a slow moment.
Yeah, they've made some bad updates, I've heard. I've never played the game myself. They've also made Titanfall and Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2 had a fantastic story. And the writer of this game... You never played it. The writer of this game wrote KOTOR 2. And the director directed God of War 3.
Holy shit!
So...
What's this coming out on? Everything?
Yep, it's going to come out on PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
When does it come out?
November 15th.
Oh yeah, that's right. 2 days before my birthday.
2 days before your birthday. It is a story-oriented...
Now knows what he can get me for my birthday.
I think I've said that word before. Story-oriented is a word that we're coining now. It's a story-oriented single-player...
Ignored my birthday request.
Yeah, fuck you. Third-person action game where you play as a Jedi, a Padawan, after Order 66, which declared all the Jedi as traitors.
I imagine it's the Padawan that was balling out against the clone troopers and then finally got shot.
It looks just like
I'm
him.
just imagining he didn't get shot, and that's who I'm playing as.
I should mention the actor that plays this guy. His name is Cal Kestis, not the actor of that character.
Oh, okay.
The actor's name is something Monahan.
Sean Monahan, hockey player?
No.
From Calgary?
Why? What? Why would it?
Maybe he's related to him?
Shut the fuck up. He's actually in Gotham. He plays
Oh.
Joker. Jerome.
I know he's
Jeremy,
talking about.
whatever
He's
his
a really
name
good
is.
actor. I never
Yeah.
watched Gotham, but I've seen parts of it.
I thought you had seen Gotham.
I've seen like the first few episodes.
Neither here nor there. So he's the actor for it. He does like the facial motion capture thing. The trailer's on YouTube. You should definitely check it out. It looks fucking cinematic as hell. And that's what they're kind of going for. There's no microtransactions, no multiplayer. It's basically, if you remember the Star Wars Force Unleashed games with the
Right.
Sith, Darth Vader's apprentice.
Those games were dope.
Those were dope.
And then this game's probably gonna be dope too.
I imagine so.
So I'm excited.
I'm hoping they focus more on the story. That game was I don't know. It was weird on the story and the characters and shit, but it was still good.
You are badass. And
you're badass.
Fucking shit up. So
exactly.
it was a fun game.
The whole tagline for this game is to become a Jedi, which is, I mean, who doesn't fucking want to do that?
Ahsoka Tano better be in it.
She should be. She's around there. Fulcrum. The only other details that they've provided are that Cal will encounter friends along the way, including some familiar faces.
Oh,
so
man.
should definitely be maybe Darth Maul.
Dude.
They've shown some people that hunt you from the Empire, including a second sister and the Empire Inquisitors.
Yes.
Their job is to hunt down Jedi.
Yes, during Star Wars Rebels.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
I've been trying to find the right place to watch Rebels, and it's like impossible. It's impossible to watch them.
We gotta torrent them.
I gotta illegal.
Or also announced at Star Wars Celebration was some info about Disney Plus, the replacement for Netflix for everybody. Because who needs Netflix when you have the entire Disney library, including all Star Wars movies and shows,
and all the Marvel shit,
That's
pretty much all you need.
Disney literally prints money. It's ridiculous. They're going to have The Mandalorian. They showed some new info about that. I saw what looked like IG-88. Straight
shit.
murking fools.
For real?
His arms just like spin around and just shoot people. It looks incredible. They said it's not him, though, because he's a bad guy. I think these guys are not bad guys in The Mandalorian.
Dude, that's going to be so exciting when that Disney shit comes out.
Absolutely.
They're going to have the Star Wars TV shows, and then we're going to have the Loki TV show.
And the Winter Soldier and Falcon.
Yeah, and then the
Scarlet Witch and Vision.
It's a good time to be a nerd, folks.
I'm sweating.
And next week,
Is
Endgame.
Avengers.
Endgame, bro. And Game of Thrones is going on right now. And playoff hockey and playoff basketball.
This is kind of the best time to be alive. My birthday's tomorrow, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Meant to throw that out there.
Happy 419.
Day before 420. Blaze it.
Do you want to know what your Christmas present? Do you want to know what your birthday present is?
Is
or
it
do you want
weed?
to wait?
Is it weed?
No, it's not fucking weed.
Tell me what it is.
Do you really want to know?
No, that's ruins the surprise. And the listeners don't deserve to know it.
Damn.
Did you know that Oberyn Martell is in The Mandalorian? He's the lead.
I did not.
Pedro Pascal.
He was also
In
one of the
Narcos.
lead in Narcos. He's a good actor.
He's a great actor, yeah.
It still hurts me that Wolverine got fucking murked like that. It's not a good time.
Shit happens, bro.
I don't even think we could talk about Game of Thrones because I feel
We can't talk about Game of Thrones. Too much to go into. We'll go into
that, and it's
more
too
shit.
spoilery right now.
It's true. We'll wait for other people to watch it. I have more news about gaming, actually. I'll try to fly through it quick. We're running pretty long. There's some new information about the next generation of consoles.
Oh,
PS5 had some details revealed. It'll have a solid-state
Are
drive.
those coming up soon?
No, like 2 years.
I feel like the PS4's been out forever.
It's been a while, yeah. And they've
It's
even
been longer than normal, right?
they've extended it by releasing the PS4 Pro, Xbox One X,
Right.
and now they're even doing more, which we'll get to. I punched my mic. Sorry, guys. So the PS5 is gonna have a solid-state drive, which they
Makes it
demoed.
a lot better.
They demoed it, and the load times for Spider-Man went down from 15 seconds to 0.8.
Jesus.
Do you know that scene where he's in like the tram?
Yeah.
He's gonna be in there for half a second. This is not even gonna be a thing, which is kind of disappointing to me. I like seeing the loading screen sometimes, but it's just a little bit. Just flash to me.
It's
so
cool, but I really appreciated God of War with the no loading.
Also,
That game's spectacular.
It really
I need
is.
to finish that game.
Absolutely. Another thing that helps is how quickly things load, like the textures and all the models and stuff.
So you're not gonna have like any lag spikes or
Exactly,
like
yeah.
the game.
Spider-Man can go faster because he doesn't have to wait for the textures popping.
I'm assuming Xbox gonna have a solid state drive as well, right? Sure the fuck hope so.
I haven't heard anything about that. What else does it have? A graphics card capable of ray tracing, which is basically a super advanced way of simulating light bouncing off objects, and it just renders it super accurately.
So it's just a really, really good.
It takes up a lot of processing power, though, so it's just really strong. Nothing else has been able to do ray tracing except for like really enthusiast graphics cards for PC, and even those don't really push it very well.
So this is gonna be better than that, like better than PC graphics.
I doubt it. It's not gonna be that good. And the games themselves have to like work with it and work around it.
Like buying a 4K TV and not watching anything at 4K.
Yeah, exactly what you're doing, Nick.
Hey,
And there's also backwards compatibility with previous PlayStation games.
all of them?
I don't know if it's all of them. Probably just PS4 games, honestly. But that's awesome in itself.
I was gonna say they should probably just make PS1 and PS2 games and PS3 games.
They need to create like a vintage console.
They could just make it in a library in their
Like a Game Pass or
give
something.
it for free. Why not?
There's technical boundaries there. There's reasons why you can't just go console to console. Stop doing that. It's not.
Dude, have it downloadable, and you can download it on your PlayStation, and you get like 10 free games when you fucking get the PlayStation.
Hear that, Sony? Listen to the genius that is Nick Martwinsky.
Project management professional.
Sorry.
Martwinsky.
I apologize. Anyways, moving on. Xbox is releasing a Xbox One S all digital edition when is it releasing? May 7th. No disc drive. It's going to be $250, 1 terabyte hard drive. It comes with Forza Horizon 3, Minecraft, and Sea of Thieves.
Oh.
It's probably more expensive.
$250 and it comes with like $150 worth of games?
That's not $150 worth of games. I think that's overpriced, honestly. All those games are on Game Pass, first of all.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it comes with a Game Pass subscription.
I've had the Xbox I bought at a pawn shop for like $400 when it came out, and it was like $500 or
yeah.
I got it for like $100 cheaper than whatever it was, and
Right.
It's still fucking working.
The price point should probably be around like $200, especially because you can buy a normal Xbox One S for $200 on sale with a disc drive.
How expensive are like the new
Xbox One X?
Like PS5?
They've
$800.
They talked about it. They can't be like $600 because it used to be like I think it was a PS3 or something was like $600.
It has to be more.
No, it has to be lower than that. Like
$4.99
$4.99 tops.
Because
otherwise,
like,
no one's gonna buy it.
Gotcha. Because there's too many other options.
Exactly. Like Switch is also coming out with a couple more options.
I fucking love the Switch. I'm not gonna lie.
Nintendo's coming out with a Pro and a basic version. The Pro version will be like better hardware for your more avid gamers, and the basic version is going to be smaller, more casual fans with non-detachable Joy-Cons.
Aww.
So you can like take it around and shit, give it to your kids. You remember the 2DS? Like clunky little fucking
so
brick?
It's pretty much going to be that?
Basically, yeah.
That's cool.
It is cool. Both versions should be announced at E3 this year in June, but the rumor is that the basic one will be released in the fall of this year. Conveniently right around Pokemon release time.
Heyo,
Which we haven't discussed yet. New generation of Pokemon, but that's neither here nor there.
we'll talk about that when it comes out.
Talk about when it comes out.
Any other gaming shit?
No gaming shit. That was a lot.
Do you want to talk about the playoffs at all or anything like that?
We can do a quick rundown. That's basically what I wrote down. A rundown of the NBA playoffs. Do you have like an NHL playoff rundown?
I don't have a rundown, but I just want to say
Give some brief info.
Shout out to the Tampa Bay Lightning for
I thought you were going to shout out the winning team.
Completely shitting the bed. Shout out to Kucherov, Stamkos, and Palat for having a combined 1 point in 4 games.
No. Shout out to the Blue Jackets and the Islanders. They did their jobs.
That's the one thing I like about playoff hockey more than any other playoffs. Is it's the one sport that you legitimately do not know who's going to win. It's a best of 7, just like NBA. But NBA, you know Milwaukee's about to whoop Pistons' ass. You know Golden State's about to fucking make it to the finals. You know if LeBron's in the East, he's going to the finals. It's how it works. You know, in football, Brady's going far in the fucking playoffs. You know, Green Bay's typically there. Like back in the day, like 5 years from now, they were there for like consistently, right?
You're right.
And NHL is different. And you can have the team who had the second best season of all time, behind the Red Wings, of course, get swept in the first round by the
absurd.
8th seed Columbus Blue
As a
Jackets.
Chicago Blackhawk fan, that makes me real happy because that makes us not the most recent first seed to get swept by a last seed.
You know what makes me feel happy about Columbus was, first of all, John Tortorella. I really, really like him as a coach. I think a lot of people dog him.
Artemi Panarin, bro.
Panarin's really good, but also I'm happy for Matt Duchene because Matt Duchene was the laughing stock in Colorado. Traded him off. All of a sudden, Colorado's playing amazing. He goes to Ottawa, and he's playing like complete dog shit in Ottawa. They trade him from Ottawa to Columbus, and Ottawa gets like a first-round pick, and everyone's like, how the fuck is Duchene worth a first-round pick? And then he gets up like 4 points in one game against Tampa.
Yeah.
And he just seems like a good guy. I seen a video of him. You know that song with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga?
I don't listen to it, but yeah, I know it.
Well, he was playing guitar singing to his daughter. I think that's pretty dope. His little baby daughter. And she just watched him. Like,
she's just a wholesome guy.
Little chunky legs and shit, you know.
Hobbling.
And, yeah, so I was like, okay, Duchene's cool. He's not in Colorado anymore, so I can like him now.
Right.
And I'm happy for Columbus. I'm happy for the Islanders. Especially because if Toronto beats Boston and the Islanders can somehow... I don't know how the playoff bracket it works right now. I probably should look that up.
They both have to go through one more.
Are you sure?
Game.
Let's see. Because I think they might be able to... I think they might be in the next series. Columbus... No, so the winner of Boston Toronto is facing Columbus.
Yeah.
And then the winner of the Caps and the Carolina Hurricanes...
They're not making
is
it out of
facing the
there.
Islanders.
Neither are making it out of there.
Dude, Ovechkin.
Ovi's gonna sweat.
He reminds me of the Khabib of the NHL. He
just does whatever he wants and no one knows why.
He's just super good at one of the best of all time.
He's very unassuming.
And he's a fucking beast.
He's a manly Ruski.
Yes, Svechnikov. I appreciate
Oh,
you.
man, yeah.
I appreciate you trying to have a little spunk, trying to fight Ovechkin.
If he like backed down from that, you would give him shit as well.
He started it.
Oh, did
he
he?
initiated
Okay.
it.
Fuck him then.
He was slashing Ovi, and then he asked Ovi to fight, and then Ovi said, "Okay,"
All
dropped
right.
the gloves, and boom, fucking knocked him out.
He was out.
Like he legit knocked him out.
Yeah. That doesn't usually happen.
Old time hockey, baby.
It's crazy.
And I love Ovi because he's not like a enforcer. That's not his role. He's
just a
one
tough
of the
guy.
greatest. He might go down as the greatest goal scorer of all time. He has to average like 30 goals a year for like the next 5 years, and he fucking got it.
True.
Something that's pretty close to what it's the truth. I'm about to look it up.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. I don't understand.
And he's like the only person in like modern NHL that's even going to be coming close to Gretzky's score. Like Gretzky has 894 goals, and Ovi is 13th all time with 658. So where's the calculator? Do you have a calculator, bro? Do you have a calculator?
It's in the apps. Go to applications on the
Do you have
bottom.
a calculator? Okay, now what?
Calculator.
I'm just gonna type in calculator.
Nick's working on a Mac. He doesn't normally do this. It's like watching a baby work an iPhone.
Calculator. I got it, guys. All right. So 894 minus what did I say? 600 something.
690 something.
658.
Okay.
So 894 minus 658. He needs 236 more goals.
How old is he?
He got 50 this year. And
I don't know, man.
Alexander Ovechkin. I think he's only like 33.
He can't go like 5 more
33.
years. He can't go 5
He's
more
playing
years.
another 7 years. He's
7?
durable as year. He's durable as fuck.
Well, he's not going to get 50 goals each year.
No shit, because he'd have 350 goals then. That's what I'm saying. So 236. Let's say this plays 7 years.
Okay.
So you divide it by 7. He has to average 33 goals. What the fuck did I say? 30? Damn, I'm good.
Whatever.
It's very plausible. It's not like it's not realistic.
Sure.
He could probably get 50 goals for the next couple years.
People are saying that about LeBron.
Fuck LeBron. LeBron is not Ovi.
You were.
I like
swear,
LeBron.
like 3 episodes ago, you were sucking LeBron's
I like LeBron as a person.
Yeah.
I think he's a very good guy. I think he's done very well with his fame. I definitely think he never let it get the best of him. Like you don't hear stories of him doing stupid shit.
He's done great things for community.
Yeah, exactly. And he's had his wife, and you never hear no drama there. And he's a good dad, and he seems like a really, really good guy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like what he does to basketball.
The way he sports.
I do not like it. He low key ruined the Lakers.
You know, Magic
Yes.
left, right?
Yes. He fucking ruined the Lakers.
I think Magic might have ruined the Lakers.
They both definitely did.
I've heard that the rumor is that Ty Lue, former coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers,
He's gonna be the coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they just want LeBron in charge.
Pretty much.
assuming.
Yeah, and Magic probably wasn't even okay with that. I don't know. I don't know what happened with that, but LeBron is a cancer to a team if
He
it's
doesn't
not
get his way or
LeBron's way.
something. Yeah.
Yeah. Like look at what they did for the Anthony Davis. They tried so hard to get Anthony Davis.
Apparently, they
publicly,
alienated the whole team.
Could you imagine?
Being told that your best player doesn't want you.
Yeah. Like
It's Anthony Davis.
put I don't know how to even compare that to us. But
Can't.
but let's say I don't know, there was Joe Rogan was wanting to be on the podcast or something like that. Like he wanted to be my guest podcast, and I was straight up telling everybody Joe Rogan comes here, Dalton's gone. and then I expect you to still be podcasting every week and having a good morale and being happy.
All
and
right,
shit.
but if I'm me, can I argue against being replaced with Joe Rogan?
You can, but you don't have. In this case, you have a say. But let's say you didn't have a say for some reason because the players didn't have a say. It's up to the GMs and it's up to management.
If things feel a lot worse when they're not in your control.
Yeah, and everybody, it's a public thing. It wasn't like a private thing, and it was just New Orleans just trolling them,
True.
and that had to have killed the morale.
New Orleans is trolling.
That's fucking hilarious. Shout outs to New Orleans because that's hilarious. I'm so happy they did that.
They probably alienated Anthony Davis by doing that.
Oh yeah, I'm
I
sure.
wonder where he's gonna go.
Probably
Boston?
Probably Boston.
They gotta lose Kyrie.
Give him a chance. Kyrie's playing out.
Yeah, he is.
Playoff Kyrie.
I'm doing my NBA breakdown.
Go ahead.
Number 1, Giannis is murdering his ex-teammate Thon Maker and the Pistons.
I seen that fucking dunk he did over
That was
him.
he exploded.
Yeah, that's
Exploded
That's
on him.
pretty mean.
It was rude. He
Pretty
didn't have to do him like that. Pistons are down 2-0. They've been getting mollywopped. They haven't had break.
Blake.
Haven't had break.
They played well last game. They were competitive. We were down by 20 at one point, and we caught up. And then
Did we catch up because their bench was playing?
I don't know. I didn't watch the full game. But the point is that we fought the entire game instead of just letting them
it happen,
letting them coast to victory. Like they had to work for it. And then at the end, we lost by 20, I think, or like 21 or whatever. But it was more competitive.
Well, there's more of that in this rundown. We'll see.
If Blake was there, it'd be a lot more competitive because Blake was playing. He's balling out. He really was.
But can he stop Giannis? The same position.
I don't think he can stop Giannis, but I bet you Blake gets 20 points a game, so it helps. Like at least 20, you know?
If Ish Smith isn't needing to make those points
right.
instead.
Luke Kennard's playing really well.
Number 2, the new Kawhi Raptors stumbled out the gate in Game 1 against the Magic, but
shout out to Lowry for playing like a fucking D-League player.
I'm going to keep going. But brought it back in Game 2. Kyle Lowry was scoreless in that first game, although teammates and coaches said that he makes his mark on a game whether he scores 4 points or 40 points. He was plus 11.
In the first game?
In the first game.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. Even the enemy team said that he was putting so much pressure on him they couldn't focus on the other guys. So they have these new like breakout players. They have Marc Gasol, who they just traded for. I forget his first name, Pius Siakam or something absurd like that. He's playing out of his mind.
Toronto?
Kyle Lowry is just kind of like facilitating that, and obviously Kawhi, who's a fucking monster.
Kawhi's Kawhi.
He has a high basketball IQ, and it provides something for the Raptors' offense to lean on.
He played well in the second game.
Second game, he had 22 points, and they just kept putting the pressure on Orlando, and I think they might sweep him.
Sweep him at 5, you mean?
Yeah, you're right. Clearly lost first game.
Yeah.
Number 3, I gotta really scroll down because that was a long paragraph. The Warriors took Game 1 off the LA Clippers. Note, that's not LeBron's LA Lakers.
Right.
Then they got a 31-point lead with 7 minutes left in the third quarter of Game 2, and they let it all slip away.
Came back on the masses.
Yeah, they did.
And they don't have Cousins anymore for the rest of the season.
Cousins likely out for the season.
Isn't that
quad injury.
What do you play, like 10 games in the regular season and then one
so.
playoff game and he's about to get a championship ring?
That's some shit. I read a news line that Steve Kerr told the Warriors to pretend to be sad about Cousins not being available. Seems necessary. So, yeah, 31-point lead, 7 minutes left. And just like they did with the 3-1 lead against LeBron, they fucking blew it.
Dude, I didn't even realize that. 31.
Third one, it's like poetry. It's like poetry. It rhymes.
I like homeboy who keeps
Patrick
fucking
Beverly.
With Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant got ejected in the first game, as did Patrick Beverly, but he's much less consequential than Durant.
He did the job.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Second game, Durant fouled out. 4 of those fouls were with Beverly.
Beverly's killing it.
He fouled out in the third with 9 turnovers in that second game.
Christ.
Durant did. It's absurd.
Dude, they're going to come back with a vengeance.
The Warriors are, they're pissed.
They're going to play today, probably.
Oh, they're so mad. They've said it. They're happy that they're mad because they're not just complacent.
They got a spark now. Yeah. It's like John Jones motivated.
Because, I mean, you win. They've been in the finals 4 straight years. They won 3 of them. Why would you doubt yourself at all?
Right.
You're invincible, basically.
Especially against the Clippers.
So when they get humbled like this, I expect them to flash back with a vengeance.
You know what sucks, though? OKC's getting the masses beat.
Yeah, they are. That's the next one.
I heard Paul George has like a MCL tear or some shit.
I hope not.
He's playing, but I heard that he's playing injured, or like they're speculating that he's playing injured.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
But I heard Dame is fucking Russ up.
All right, next bullet point. In other news, Kyrie and Dame are fucking gods. Both are up 2-0 against the Pacers and Thunder, respectively. I honestly have the Trailblazers as a dark horse. I think Boston's my team to pick it to win.
What? Over Golden State?
Warriors aren't going to make it to the finals. Watch it. Houston is 2-0.
Do you not remember who they literally? You do realize they still have Kevin Durant.
I do.
Steph Curry.
Yeah.
And Klay Thompson.
Yeah.
Fuck Green.
True. Fuck Green.
That's all they need.
That's not all they need.
Kevin Durant.
They need some big men.
Kevin Durant is gonna fucking do work.
He's got to. If he don't, they lose. And I think he won't.
I think
Snake is soft, baby.
He is soft as shit.
But shout out to Kevin Durant. He's a great person, I think.
Is he?
He's fine.
I don't know.
Who are we to fucking judge him is all I'm saying.
He's a fucking cupcake.
A cupcake?
He's a fucking cupcake. I can judge him however the fuck I want.
Jesus.
That was the softest trade or softest signing in any history.
True.
Of any sport.
That's true.
It's like, if you can't beat him, join him, and you join the fucking God
That's
Squad, and it was fucking stupid. It's like Marion Hosta trying to
Hey,
get
fuck
Stanley
you!
Cup so bad.
Red
Red Wings beat Pittsburgh. I'm going to the Red Wings. Oh, Pittsburgh beats the Red Wings. Oh, hoo-hoo, I'm going to Chicago. I finally got my cup. Fuck you, Hosta.
He stayed there for
I'm
multiple
happy-
years. Go
I'm
fuck
happy
yourself.
You had to retire early.
That's just mean. And what else? Ben Simmons can't shoot, but Philly's still a good team, and I have no idea who's going to win the Spurs-Nuggets series, but it's probably going to be Greg Popovich.
Dude, I hope it's Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's Spurs. I hope DeMar goes decently far.
Yeah,
Good for
no.
him. Could you imagine Spurs-Toronto final? That'd be ridiculous.
That'd be
That'd be
stupid.
ridiculous.
But it's not happening. They're, Spurs and Nuggets
You
are
got
1-1.
Boston over Toronto?
Yeah, Boston over Toronto. Kyrie.
Kawhi
Doesn't guard Kyrie.
Kawhi is scary to me.
Kawhi's scary. He's kind of unstoppable.
This is like the only.
He's
first
unstoppable,
year,
and you can't stop him from stopping you.
This is the first year I've watched him because he's been injured since I got into basketball, and it's kind of
True.
ridiculous how good he is. Watching like Paul George like being really really tough on him defensively, and he just shrugs his fucking head and scores right in his face, and just how good he is defensively. He reminds me of the NBA's Pavel Datsyuk.
Oh, yeah.
Extremely good defensively. Everyone's intimidated of him. Really flashy, unexpectedly flashy
But
offensively.
still respectful.
Yes, and very humble.
Quiet.
Yes, it's Datsuk. It's
It
like
really is.
legitimately Datsuk in the NBA.
It's kind of
And Datsuk's my favorite player, other than Lindstrom.
So is Kawhi your favorite player?
Yes.
Damn.
That's why I want Toronto to go.
All right. Well, it's my favorite versus your favorite. Let's see what we got, homie.
Dude, Kawhi would fucking shut Kyrie down in a second.
Too bad he don't guard him, bro. Let's see if his team can stop him.
Yeah, I don't have much confidence with Lowry over.
Dude, Kyle Lowry's a good player. I just told you
Their
this.
names are so fucking similar. You got Kawhi,
Kyle.
Kyle's
a tough name for you, is it?
Fuck it. I'm forgetting everybody's name.
Siakam.
No, Kyrie Irving, and then
Kyrie, Kawhi, and Kyle. Is that what you're trying to
yes,
say?
it's fucking hard. I'm getting all confused.
But no, I also think the Trailblazers are doing super well, and they might have a chance to go pretty far. This is finally the year. Everybody has always said that they do well in the playoffs, or they do well in the regular season, and then the playoffs come and they just fucking slump. This is the Trailblazers we've been waiting for. And I'm
Who do they
excited about
have
it.
other than
They have Dame. They have CJ McCollum.
Oh.
They're
Oh,
like,
I do know him.
yeah, you've seen them. If you saw them, you'd definitely recognize. They're like the best backcourt,
Okay.
point guard, shooting guard. Probably the best combo there is right now.
Over Steph and Clay,
I mean, Steph and Clay are better individually.
but not.
These
like,
guys
as a-
work better together.
Not as good chemistry.
Yeah, that's what I'd say. Who else do they have?
Dame is fucking.
Valanciunas.
I'm impressed at how good Dame is. Dame
Mhm.
is super good,
Mm-hmm.
and he's shutting Russ down.
It's kind of crazy, isn't it? Who the fuck shuts Russ down? Russ. That's it.
I think it might be partly.
You think maybe he's shutting himself down?
Partly, of course, because Kyrie's the kind, or not Kyrie, fucking Kyrie.
Stop it.
Russ is the kind of guy that plays with a lot of ambition. He plays
It's
with a lot of
true.
energy and momentum. And,
So maybe if things don't
and
go
if
his way.
if things don't go his way, he's
Maybe try to be
definitely
more
that person.
conservative or something. That's just not the Russ way.
If he starts to get a hint of doubt in himself or a hint of somebody might be outplaying him, I feel like that's when it just completely shuts down. Because he plays like Kobe, but he doesn't necessarily have that Kobe mentality where I'm better than everybody no matter what. Like, when did Kobe ever get outplayed?
I'm sure he has.
When, though? Obviously at the later end of his career, but when did one shooting guard ever outplay Kobe?
Did
Like-
the Celtics beat them? Or did they beat someone else? I know they beat the
don't know.
Celtics 1 year.
But who was their shooting guard?
Ray Allen.
Do you think Ray Allen outplayed Kobe?
I'm sure he can for 1 game, is what I'm saying.
Maybe.
Kobe's not a literal god. He does have down games.
It's Kobe Bryant, bro.
I don't know. It is Kobe, but you have way too much of a hard on for him. Sorry.
You're right. I'm on Kobe's dick.
You're seeing him in the twilight years
I fucking
afterwards.
love Kobe. I love his mindset. I love everything about that shit.
You didn't see him when he was here.
It's true. Anything else for NBA?
That was my NBA rundown.
All right. So you think it's going to be Boston winning it all?
I'm thinking Boston, Houston.
Wow. So you think
Houston's a tough matchup.
Houston's gonna take out Golden State, or is somebody else gonna take out Golden State?
I think it has to be Houston. Spurs can't do it.
I don't think Harden takes out Houston. Or I don't think
He
Harden,
could. He
I don't think Harden
definitely
takes
could.
out Golden State. I really don't.
Did you see him make Rubio look like a fool and then make himself look like a fool?
Yes. That
He-
stupid shimmy. He
He
deserved
did
to
a
miss that
shimmy.
shot. He
Took a shot.
he
After
deserved-
making a miss and
deserved to miss that shot.
clunked it.
I don't like Harden.
If he had made that, it would have been the biggest fucking shot.
It would have
of
looked sweet,
playoffs.
but I don't like Harden. I don't like the way he plays.
He's like completely overconfident, Kobe style, except his method of play is I'm gonna run at you till you foul me.
I think he's a very. I could be way off because I don't watch him a lot, but I think he's a selfish player where he cares more about. I think he's more selfish than Russ.
Yeah.
Like honestly,
I can see it. Assist
And
numbers definitely show it.
I think that his style of play is not sustainable to win a championship.
Keep in mind he's a shooting guard, not a point guard like Russ.
Right, so he doesn't start with the ball typically,
Mm-hmm.
and but he always has the ball. And
He's a ball hog.
Yeah, so he's an amazing.
If your ball hog scores more often than not, that's a good thing, I think. Right? That's what Kobe.
My guess, but what happens when you shut him down?
Exactly, it's true. And it's easy to shut down someone who just wants to get fouled.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they have other options. They got Capella. They got Chris Paul. Chris Paul is like, he's probably one of the best assist point guards, but I don't know if he's like clutch or anything like that.
And he's not clutch, and he's apparently a bad teammate.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And then you're going against KD and Steph and Clay. Like
It's gotta they gotta lose sooner or later, and all the cards seem to be lining up.
I don't think they lose.
They were not the best team in the league.
They don't need
record
to be.
wise.
Could you imagine winning for that long? And
they just coast through the regular season.
Yes, they coast through the regular season.
Well, they fucking lost to the LA Clippers, so what the fuck?
We'll watch this 40-point fucking spread.
Obviously, they're not going to continue losing to the Clippers. That's not what I'm saying, but I'm saying they're showing weakness.
Hey, I hope that you're right.
The God has bled.
I hope that you're right, because I do not like.
No one wants to see the Warriors again.
That's what I'm saying.
Tired of seeing Steph Curry
I'm tired of seeing
shitting
LeBron, and I'm tired of seeing Golden State in the finals.
All right, LeBron's out. Now's the time.
So now Golden State. I'd be happy with that, but I'd be happier if it was OKC instead of Houston in the final. Mm-hmm. I love OKC. I love Russ.
They're so exciting.
I love Paul George.
I love Paul George.
A playoff P. He needs to come out and shine. But if he's injured, it's fucking.
Yeah.
I think. I don't think Boston gets past Toronto. I don't think Philly gets past Toronto either.
You could be right. I think Toronto's probably the favorite overall.
I think Kawhi is just one of those motherfuckers that is that impactful.
But I mean, when you look at their record, and they bled too. They lost first game.
Yeah, they were defeated all year by the Pistons.
Why is that relevant? Pistons have barely entered the
playoffs.
Because
if Blake was in this series, let's just say we got lucky and we squeaked one out of Milwaukee.
Okay.
And then we won one or two at home. It was very plausible that we could have done damage in that series and maybe have taken it to at least a 6. And if you take it to at least a 6 and you can squeeze it to a game 7, you never know what's going to happen. If
there's got to be a reason Blake didn't play.
I looked it up. He has an injured knee.
No.
And he's day to day. And they said he's more likely not going to be able to play this whole series.
Oh, damn. Seriously?
Yeah. Because he re-injured it when he was starting to play again in the regular season at the end there. Which kind of sucks. Pulled a neck. But,
we tried too hard.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, it is shitty, but realistically, we probably weren't going to get anywhere.
True, it is.
So, I mean,
if
we did get past Milwaukee, though, I would like our chances against Toronto because we defeated them all year. And we got their old coach. You know, Casey. He knows exactly how those players play. He knows exactly what their weaknesses are. He knows exactly.
You don't know Kawhi, though.
He doesn't know Kawhi, but he knows the rest of the team.
True.
But you're right. Kawhi is scary. He's like the Datsuk. Like, Datsuk on a different team in his prime, I'd be fucking nervous playing against them.
That's true. That is spooky.
Yeah.
But yeah. Pistons, they did have an up year.
Yeah. Blake played amazing. Blake had like an unbelievable year.
I feel like they're missing like 2 pieces.
Yeah, and we're going to get Clay next year.
They're not getting Clay.
And then we'll figure out something else. We need a point guard. We need to get rid of fucking Reggie. I don't like him.
you keep flip-flopping. I think you want to like him. You really want to like him.
He's not serious enough. Like that. I see how hard Blake works, and I see him just fucking being goofy and shit, and it's like, where's the passion? Where's like the discipline to...
Man, you hold a fucking high expectation. You're like the
goofiest
motherfucker there is, and you're not going to allow anyone else in a goof time?
You can be goofy if you're fucking also putting the work in, which I'm not convinced he is.
It was like 15 points a game.
Yeah, which, I mean, who knows? But
maybe Kyrie comes to Detroit. Dude, I'd buy a jersey immediately.
Kyrie and Clay, Blake and Drummond. Woo!
That would never happen.
Oh, man.
There's no way we could afford those people.
No way at all. And Detroit's not like a prime fucking place.
That's true, yeah.
So, I mean, it's getting up there, but it's not LA.
And Blake's definitely much more of a magnet than they had before.
It's true. I mean, we'll see what happens.
That's all basketball.
I'm gonna quickly, because we're already well over an hour.
Run us down, Nick.
All I want to do is say congrats to Dustin Poirier.
Damn.
Unbelievable co-main and main event in the last pay-per-view.
I'm surprised you're giving him congrats. I thought you might have been butthurt. You're a big
Dude,
Holloway.
I love Holloway. He's probably my favorite fighter right now. It was kind of like the Conor and Nate fight, but better.
I can see it. Just punches and punches.
It was the Conor Nate fight if Conor didn't gas out.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of points in Conor's fight where he was straight running away from Nate, and there was a lot of points where it was just both of them on the cage and they're both tired, and it's just like different kind of fighting. This fight, they were just fucking going at it the entire time. Holloway got rocked in the very beginning of the fight. I definitely think he underestimated the power of Poirier and the power difference from 145 to 155. Like, he looked small in there.
Like Conor.
I don't think Holloway... Like, a lot of people are saying that he needs to go back to 145. I don't think that's the case. I just think that he needs to...
build that 140,
he needs to get
more.
used to 155, put a little bit more weight on himself, and not fight as recklessly.
You think maybe he was just like doing his normal cut routine and just didn't cut as much?
Probably.
Instead of like building more muscle to
and he
replace
probably
it.
trained the exact same way and all that. And who knows what happens? And who knows, him getting rocked in the beginning of the fight could have changed everything. You know?
Yeah. Well, I've heard either TJ or Cody say that once they got hit once, it was like they went into autopilot mode for the rest of the fight.
Cody, because then when he tries to sprawl and brawl, and he's fucking knocked out. But Holloway loves those kind of fights, and Poirier is just really good. Like, he is unbelievably good. I think people I underestimated him.
I thought Poirier could win. That was definitely
you did. I'll give you credit for that. I always thought Poirier was one of those guys that's a top 5 fighter, but never could mentally get past that hurdle.
gatekeeper.
And he did it pretty dominantly. He got outstruck. Holloway outstruck him and landed more shots and landed more significant strikes.
That's surprising.
Poirier only outstruck him the first round. So I said it's kind of like the Nate Conor fight where
Conor blew his load.
Conor hit the more devastating shots and he got the nod. Same thing for Poirier. But it was a 49-46. I didn't have it as a 49-46. I had it as like a 48-47. Like, very fucking close.
I agree.
I wouldn't have been mad if Max won. I wouldn't have been mad if Poirier won. But I'm happy for Poirier. I seen the thrill and the agony UFC thing. It was pretty sad because it shows Mini Blessed crying, and you got Shaq trying to cheer him up.
Shaq was?
Yeah, Shaq was over there like, keep your chin up, man. Like, he's
Come
like
on.
patting him on the back.
I'm
And
gonna be
shit.
sad if Shaq is talking.
He just watched your dad lose, you know. His dad's his idol. His dad's Superman, you know.
Yeah.
And
I saw it in that fight. I didn't notice it before, but the kid goes like this in
Ortega fight.
In the Ortega fight, yeah.
He's like, call it. He's like, this is it.
That's
and Holloway's
nuts.
like, all right, dude, Holloway's fucking.
I don't know how you don't win a fight ever, honestly.
Oh, for sure. Your little man giving you that kind of confidence, that extra. You know how much extra energy he got right then and there when he sees his son. Like, oh man. But
it's absurd.
I'm happy for Poirier. I'm really happy for him, especially because of the stories. He was like, his daughter was running around the house. My dad's a champ. My dad's a champ before he was the champion.
What she doesn't know is that now you're gonna get straight suffocated and murdered.
I don't know.
You think he can handle Khabib's?
I think Poirier has amazing wrestling.
Amazing.
Not Khabib wrestling, but he has really good wrestling. I think he has just as good, if not better, wrestling than Al. I think Al's boxing is more precise than Dustin's, but I think Dustin can fucking crack.
Sure,
And
but Conor could crack too.
Conor does not have the gas. He does not have the gas. That's his kryptonite. And his ground game is not as good.
True. He was more...
Conor is exposed. I hate to say it, but he's exposed. You get past the mental game with Conor, like if you just had their talents aside, like who wins, Conor or Tony?
All the numbers.
Yeah, if you like forget about the propaganda, you forget about the promotion, if you're just looking at their skills. Tony, Conor, tough fight for Conor. I think Conor might win that fight just because Tony gets his chin suspect.
Leaves it open, yeah.
Because he gets hit. He always recovers, but with Conor, he's so precise.
You might not.
He's calm, and he's not going to rush in there like an idiot. But then Conor Al, I like Al's odds. Conor Dustin, I like Dustin's odds. Conor Max, I like Max odds. Conor Khabib, I got Khabib.
Well, I hope so.
I mean, like...
I don't think Conor beats Khabib, ever.
Conor, he got exposed. I do think Conor can beat those people. I just don't know. I don't know if he is in it to win it like he used to be. I don't think he's. How can you be as hungry as you used to be?
You can't.
It's like
just like what we're talking about with the Warriors, man. He fucking thinks he's unbeatable. That's why he started fighting nonsense people.
But maybe that beatdown from Khabib was a spark.
Guess it could be.
I mean,
nothing's been announced yet.
For Conor's legacy, if he beat Khabib, then he could go down as one of the greats of all time. And I'm sure that's something he wants to do. But I just don't know if he has the motivation to go through all the necessary steps. Yeah. I don't even know if it's possible for where he's at in his career. Because Khabib's wrestling is just a different level.
Another world, yeah. I don't think it's possible, honestly.
So I do not hate Dustin's odds against Khabib. I think his cardio is there to where he's not going to gas out in the 4th or 5th round, even taking a beating in the first couple rounds from Khabib.
Right.
I think if Khabib gets complacent or if he gets comfortable on the striking or standing up and he's not worried about taking him down anymore like he did against Al and he did against Conor a little bit, I think he can get caught by Dustin.
But he keeps learning. It's stupid. He's not allowed to fucking
Khabib?
improve. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude. Khabib's an animal. I'm not saying Dustin has close odds. I'm just saying I don't think he's gonna get smoked. Like I don't think he's gonna get completely demolished. I bet you he'll be way more competitive than the Conor fight.
I'd hope so.
And I want to see Max. I don't necessarily want him to go back down to 145.
Right. What's next for him?
If he stays at 155, I'd like him to fight Tony.
What?
I think that'd be an amazing fight. I don't think Tony has knockout power like Dustin has. And it'll be a volume striker versus volume striker. It'll be crazy versus crazy. I think it'll be one of the best fights of all time. And I like Max's odds against El Kakui.
Does El Kakui not have, like, jiu-jitsu?
Dude, he's a 10th planet black belt.
So why would he not just do that?
Because I don't think he's going to take Max down.
If you're going against Max Holloway and you decide to hang and bang...
Like Dustin?
Like that, I guess.
And you tell me El Kakui ain't confident in his striking and his cardio?
I guess.
They'll be going at it.
Dustin utilized a lot of clinch and a lot of cage.
Dustin is a fucking... He did what he had to do.
Yeah.
He won.
It's true. It was a well-rounded...
Right. So congrats to both of them. I think both of them fought well.
I think I liked the Adesanya Gastelum fight
That
more.
fight was one of the best fights of all time.
I had no idea he was going to win throughout the entire fight till the end.
I rewatched that fight and because I was listening to all the hype behind it, like everyone's saying it's best fight of all time. I was like, it wasn't really.
I think it was the best fight of all time.
It was an amazing fight, dude. It was back and forth. Momentum was changing throughout the entire fight, and you really got to see a champion being born in Israel. Because I did not think that he had that championship mentality. True. I thought he was kind of like Conor. Like I do not think Conor has championship mentality at all. I don't.
Thin-skinned.
I think he's breakable.
Yeah. And
Israel showed he wasn't breakable. He went through adversity. He got rocked in that first round. He got almost head kicked, knocked out in the fucking second or third round. And Calvin was going after him the entire time. And Israel kept his composure. He landed strikes. He landed devastating shots as well. And then in the fifth round, he almost finished Calvin. He broke Calvin mentally. Who breaks Calvin? Nobody.
By beating him.
Woodley barely beat him in a split decision, right? Like, Calvin beat Jacare. Calvin dropped Weidman, almost finished Weidman. Weidman came back and wrestled and submitted him. Calvin is a fucking animal. He's extremely underrated. And Israel did an amazing job.
I was very surprised.
It kind of like, it was like a John Jones performance with like Gustafsson. Like when you see like two guys who both want it really, really
How
bad.
old was John Jones at that fight? Israel's actually pretty old, isn't he?
Yeah.
29?
No. Yeah, I think he's a little bit older. He is, but he's new to the MMA scene. He's like 17 now. He had like over 100 kickboxing fights. But like speaking of John, like John and Israel kind of got into it. Did you see that?
I actually heard about it. One of my coworkers was telling me about it. Did Israel say something during the post-fight?
Somebody, not the post-fight, somebody said something. I think a media guy asked Israel a question about John, and I think Israel said something along the lines of, I already beat one GOAT, and like pretty much insinuating that he might fight the other GOAT. So John called him out, and then John's like the big dog in the street. Like he's not going to let any other dog talk shit to him. But I think Israel's getting the better of him as far as that goes because...
Seriously?
Israel's like, dude, he's like, you're not in my lane right now. You're not... He said, I'm player one, and you're the final boss of my game. And I got more things to do before I get to you. And
Israel
like,
said that?
Yes.
Okay.
And he's like, if this was a straight stand-up fight, he's like, I would destroy you. But I know it's an MMA fight, and my wrestling's not on that level. I need to go through a little bit more. And he's like pretty much called John a bully. He's like, he reminds me of a bully, the people that I can't stand the most. And
I can see it.
Yeah, John Jones
kind of
makes
makes his own facts and puts other people down for it.
So that might be a fight down the road. I think Israel's small.
So.
He's too small for John.
He is a smaller John Jones.
He'd have to put on some weight. He'd have to lift a little bit more, get a little bit stronger against John. Because if John just takes him down, you see what he did to Gus. John has unbelievable ground game. I rewatched that DC Jones fight when I was jogging earlier, and he took DC down like 3 times.
Easy.
Yeah, and John Jones, as much as I hate him, he's like the GOAT as far
as if you're including steroids.
Good. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited for Israel Whitaker.
Yeah, that's definitely the test. I think
this was the test.
Gastelum? I think he loses to Bobby Knuckles.
I don't think so.
Seriously?
I don't think Bobby Knuckles is going to take him down. I don't think he has that threat of wrestling. He doesn't have the threat of the takedown. So Israel's going to be a lot more comfortable.
What if he
standing
knocks
up.
him down?
And
then jumps on him, counter.
You know how like Conor had to fucking worry about the takedown and he got rocked by Khabib, and then Calvin and Israel, like he didn't see that head kick coming at all from Calvin.
Mm-hmm.
I think if the threat of the takedown's not there, Israel is going to be a lot more comfortable standing up. He's going to be able to judge distance a lot more. He's going to be able to keep himself at bay, keep the distance a lot easier to where he can hit and not get hit. I think Whitaker's an unbelievable karate style fighter. He's tough as fucking shit. He beat Yoel Romero twice.
Yeah,
but those wars take something out of you, especially fighting
sure.
Yoel Romero. He's been injured since then. He hasn't fought since Yoel Romero. And
it's not related.
It could be, the injuries could be because of it. Who knows?
So you're saying Israel has a